Life is a struggle, there are no two ways about it. But for some, this battle is far harder than most, and Gene Purdy knew that well. Gene grew up in a typical suburban neighborhood, only for his genetics to betray him. At just 16 years old, he was diagnosed with an inherited genetic disorder that would all but ensure he would be blind for life. How did Gene overcome this diagnosis to live a full life? But hey, before we dive into the story, do yourself a favor and pause the video right now. Go hit that like button and let's see if we can make this video reach 1,000 likes. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to your favorite story channel. Also make sure to ring the notification bell so you never miss out on the latest and weirdest stories. Trust us, you won't want to miss what's coming your way. Now sit back, relax, and prepare to be amazed as we take you on an unforgettable ride. Don't forget to engage with us in the comments below. We love hearing from you. Without further ado, let's dive right in. Gene Purdy wasn't born visually impaired. His eyes functioned normally, and no one suspected that this would change, not even his doctors. Without any signs of his eventual diagnosis, Gene enjoyed a full and healthy childhood. He remembered reading comic books, playing video games with friends, and watching TV. He could recall his favorite characters' faces and enjoyed an idyllic life. But as you already know, that was about to change. Gene first experienced issues with his vision as a schoolboy. He'd have subtle moments of vision loss, which he initially ignored. After months, he finally told his parents, who assumed he was just short-sighted. They got him prescription glasses, but his vision only worsened. It was time to see an eye specialist. Within a few months of experiencing mild vision loss, Gene was at an ophthalmologist's office waiting on the test results that would forever change his life. The doctor had calmly listened to all of Gene's complaints, but after reviewing his file, rushed him to the lab. No parent wants to hear that their child is sick, but that is exactly the news Gene's parents received. The 16-year-old had Stargardt's disease, and to say his parents were crushed would be an understatement. The diagnosis was followed by more tests, confirming that Gene did indeed have this rare genetic eye disease, which was all but incurable. Stargardt's disease affects the retina and blurs central vision, making it difficult to see features and faces. Doctors warned Gene to expect the worst, complete vision loss. Gene thought he had his whole life ahead of him. But with one doctor's visit, everything changed. From then on, Gene learned to live with his diagnosis. It was not easy at first. He lost friends and missed out on major life milestones. But the young man powered through. He studied hard, got accepted into college, and there he met Joy, both literally and emotionally. The two first met in a college lecture and instantly clicked. When we actually met, he kept walking by and I'm waving, trying to get his attention, and he keeps walking past me. The next time I saw him, it's like, "What's your deal?" He told me that he was blind, and so I was like, "Okay, well, you can come sit with me," Joy said. Joy didn't see Gene's disability. She saw the great man he was and could be. From friends to best friends to lovebirds and eventually marriage, Joy and Gene were a match made in heaven. Friends and family were equally impressed by the couple and knew they were meant to last forever. The young family soon grew, with the couple welcoming their first child, and a few years later, another. Life was once a struggle for Gene, and while he still had bad days, it was getting easier. His days of juggling lectures and stumbling into unknown rooms were behind him. Gene was busy playing with water guns with his children and tucking them into bed every night. He tried to be a good father to his kids and a husband worthy of Joy. And while his life was perfect, Gene always wished he could see the beautiful faces of his family, a reasonable dream, one which was about to come true. Gene's perseverance was remarkable. His wife was a complete foodie, and so was Gene. Rather than always depending on Joy to cook, Gene learned how to navigate the kitchen himself. He didn't let his lack of vision get in the way. Gene started with learning a few favorite recipes by heart, and practiced them until he executed them perfectly for his wife. And just like that, Purdy became an unlikely chef. One quiet night, Gene was cooking a meal for the family while Joy watched TV after a busy day with the kids. The young mother was drifting off to sleep when she saw it. Her sleepy mind was pulled into wakefulness as Rachel Ray talked about Stargardt's disease. Joy's interest was piqued. Rachel Ray, the show's host, introduced a person with Stargardt's disease, explaining its harsh nature. Joy watched, thinking this was a public awareness message, but then she saw the device. The TV show's assistants placed a bulky device, resembling a virtual reality headset, on the person. Joy was intrigued. Could this device help those suffering from Stargardt's disease see? And if yes, how? The man on the show described people around him in dazzling detail. The device, A pair of electronic glasses used a camera to capture an image, a computer to enhance it, and then displayed it on small screens, allowing the user to see much more of the world around them. Joy was in tears and knew what she had to do next. She rushed to find a pen and paper, her emotions spilling out as she penned a raw letter to Rachel Ray, recounting her husband's struggle with the disease and how much the family would appreciate trying the device. She wrote, "My husband has come to terms with his condition and constantly being told that there is no cure and nothing that anyone can do to improve his eyesight. I literally began shaking and crying at the thought of my husband being able to see my face for the first time, to see our son for the first time." Jean and Joy's story took a hopeful turn when they received a reply from Ray. They were invited to visit the studio. The Purdy family knew this could only mean good news. The Rachel Ray team flew them to New York, where they enjoyed the city before being whisked to the studio. There, they were pampered and had their makeup done, something Joy enjoyed immensely. Finally, it was confirmed that Jean would get to use the device. Backstage, Jean was full of nerves. He hadn't seen his wife or children in 15 years, and if these glasses worked, his world would change forever. Soon, it was time to go on stage. After pleasantries and introductions with Rachel Ray, Jean tried on the device. A large screen connected to the device allowed viewers to see what Jean could see. After 15 years, Jean Purdy saw his wife's face. "She's pretty," he managed to say, shocked and overwhelmed with happiness. His biggest wish had come true. Joy, holding their son, was in tears. She'd imagined this moment countless times, and for it to finally happen was overwhelming. Even the live audience couldn't hold back their tears. "I've been piecing together images a little at a time," Jean said during the show. But now he could see his family clear and crisp. The incredible device, called Esight, was a gift from the Rachel Ray show, as it would have been impossible for the family to afford otherwise. The basic model cost $15,000. After the segment, Jean and his family were still reeling from the experience. They thought they'd only get to test the device, but the host revealed another surprise. The device was theirs to keep. With Esight, Jean could now play ball with his son and see his kids grow up. His life's trajectory was forever changed thanks to one letter. Joy took to Facebook to thank the show, writing, "Thankful to Ray and her amazing team for this priceless gift. Your show gave us a new beginning." Jean's diagnosis had never defeated him, but this was truly a new beginning for the family. After appearing on the show, Jean went on to spread awareness about Stargardt's disease, appearing on talk shows and urging parents to monitor their children's vision. He thanked the creators of Esight for changing his life. Jean Purdy's story is a testament to resilience, love, and the incredible impact of modern technology. Through perseverance and the support of his family, Jean overcame a life-changing diagnosis to live a full and enriched life. His journey reminds us that even in the face of seemingly insurmountable challenges, hope and determination can lead to extraordinary outcomes.